Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now I am so excited because it's time now to talk about yoga. See, mindful moments are very important for your physical and mental and just overall well-being. And House RGV is the perfect place for you to go relax, work out, and just refresh. They recently held their grand opening for their 10th Street location, and our team had the chance to check out their very special ribbon cutting. So go ahead and check it out. Experience House RGV for yourself and really witness the powerful benefits that it can bring to your life. Everyone is welcome to drop by, no matter what age or fitness level. And again, they've got beginner Pilates classes, hot yoga, and of course, so much more. Their studio layout is very open and very relaxing, and their experienced coaches can definitely help guide you through each course, taking your fitness goals as serious as their own. You can even scroll their website and see a very true Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, reading, "The only person that you're destined to become is the person you decide to be." And I really love that. So if you're ready to become the person that you're meant to be, then feel free to visit their brand new location over at 6421 North 10th Street in Mcallen. Of course, their team is so friendly, so you can always give them a call too. And be sure to follow them on social media to keep up with all that they've got going on. Again, yoga is a great way to get in, just some relaxing workouts, and we're just so happy that their team is here to serve us all. Actually, a recent study was conducted and determined that the city of Mcallen is actually the most obese and diabetic city in the United States. But hey, we can all work at it with each other, keeping each other encouraged, right? There are just so many different ways that we can move forward from this as a community. So we went ahead and caught up with a local physician to learn all about the different things that we can get started on to really take initiative when it comes to our health.
There was a new study that was done recently involving many communities that was with the concept of investigating why we have such a high prevalence and incidence of diabetes. Here, what they found in our Rio Grande Regional Valley, which is really going to be the Mcallen-Edinburgh region, which is what was really studied, is that they found that they classified us as the highest amount of diabetics per capita, which includes also morbid obesity. So the main thing about obesity is that we have to remember that obesity is really a measure of your body mass, which means how much fat plus total weight do you have versus the height of a patient. And based on that calculation, we have a graphic, and then that graph is going to give us a BMI schedule, which is the body mass index of patients. So a patient that is taller obviously can have a higher weight versus the majority of our South Texas residents that we're not quite short like we used to be, but yet we're not as tall as other communities. So when we take into account how obesity is going to be correlated with diabetes, the majority of the time we have to take a step back and understand exactly what diabetes is. So diabetes is a metabolic disorder. And this metabolic disorder, what it means is that we have an issue where patients are going to be eating food as we normally do, and that food is going to contain one of three substances or a combination, which is going to be our proteins, our fats, and our carbohydrates that we translate into sugars. When we have an overabundance or a imbalance of this amounts of sugar / carbohydrates that we're eating, then we can have metabolic disorders because the body is not able to handle them. And the concept of diabetes is an unbalanced diet that at one point gets to where our diabetic patients have a higher incidence of carbohydrates in their diet. So higher carbohydrates in the diet equates more incidence of diabetes. In turn, higher incidence of carbohydrates in the diet also equates to obesity.
Again, this study doesn't have to account for our futures, so let's go ahead and try to just take some of these self-management strategies and tips into our heads and really implement them into our lives. This way we can maintain a healthy lifestyle and of course live longer and happier in our community. And as promised, the National Month Calendar. First up, the site says that the month of April is National Soy Foods Month. And what this means is you can always look at different options when it comes to meat alternatives. See, soy food is not only really delicious, but oftentimes it's healthier for your body too. Now, the site also says that it's National Straw Hat Month, and this is really cool because especially here in South Texas and of course the Valley, it's usually hot outside, so a straw hat would definitely work wonders. Whether you're wearing it or it's on a scarecrow, it's sure doing its job. And the cool thing is that straw hats can be worn in a stylish manner, but they can also just be thrown on top of any casual ensemble like at the beach, and it's sure to look great. But you know what? The month of April has a lot to offer. The site also says that it's National Parkinson's Awareness Month, and this means that it's our chance as a community to learn about this ailment and all the symptoms that come with it in order to be better educated as well as possibly help others here in need. Being better informed is also good because it helps your brain just to stay active and of course even creative. In fact, April is also National Poetry Month, so it's a good idea to either take some time to enjoy a good poem or maybe even try your hand at writing one for someone you care about. Either way, poetry is usually full of emotion and creativity, so it'll definitely be a lot of fun. And lastly, the site says that this month also honors National Pecan Month. So if you're a fan of this tasty treat, then you're sure to love it in your recipes, or maybe even as an isolated snack. I mean, either way, it's so good. All right, that's all we've got for now. Thanks again so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time because we're going to have a lot more in store for you. Of course, don't forget to follow our team on social media. We're always posting super fun things. And of course, you can have your chance at your comment or your question to be featured on air. And you can also always visit valleycentral.com if you'd like to rewatch some of today's favorite segments. We've got all that and so much more, as promised, next time on Valley por Vida. We'll see you then.